Wow, it said I encountered a problem to do it over, but now you're appearing. So I guess you're here. If you're here, can you say, hey, I'm here? And I'm going to apologize in advance on the wind noise here in cold Florida. It was 36 degrees here in Central Florida today. I'm going to see if I can find a place with no wind. And while I'm finding a place with no wind, can you go over and post on Twitter and on Facebook that we're live right now? I got some really cool thoughts coming at you in a couple minutes. We'll wait for some more people to get here. I'm gonna go hide behind, maybe there's no place to hide for the wind. Navarra, is that Navarra, Florida? Is that who's here from Pensacola, Florida? Wisconsin's here. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Missouri. Hey, Marianne. Rhode Island. Hi, Lori. Well, good morning, P. Cruz. How have you been, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Man, where is the no wind part? That wind is chilly. California's here. Arkansas. That's Sean, I can't see. Knoxville, Cincinnati, WKRP in Cincinnati. I'm going to be close to Cincinnati. I'm going to be in Lexington, Kentucky in exactly 2 days. Hey, George. Mr. Connecticut Beach Money, Southern Illinois, Apopka, Bryan, TC, the whole city of Garden City, Victoria, I'm sorry, Connecticut, Liz from Indiana. Hi, Liz. How are you today? Did you guys go over on Facebook and Twitter and post that we're live? I appreciate that. And, okay, so this just popped in my head a little while ago. Actually, I did a call, an 8-minute call. If you saw or listened to the 8-minute call, you could post that up here. I appreciate it. You know, words of affirmation is my #1 love language. I did an 8-minute call this morning about the basics. And so I had two lessons. I had two lessons on the basics this morning, right? For you guys. I had one for the 8-minute call, but another one hit me. And one's, one's just basic business stuff. The other one's leadership stuff. Now, to me, the reason that the Denver Broncos won wasn't because Peyton Manning was so great, wasn't because they were doing trick plays or something fancy out there. They won because of the basics, right? Obviously, the defense dominated. The defense dominated in the area of tackling, getting onto their assignments, staying in their lanes, keeping Carolina's quarterback. I'm going to try to hide behind this tree. Oh, that's a little bit better. Maybe. Man, the wind is terrible. They really didn't let Cam Newton, do what Cam Newton does. And because they stayed focused on the basics. They stayed focused on their assignment. And it's amazing to me with success. The most successful people in any endeavor I ever run into are people who are really great at the basics. Just making it specific to us. There's just a few things you have to do in our world. And I know we have other people here. But in our world, take product, share your story, introduce your prospects to your sponsor, work from a list. Be great at that. You're going to build an amazing business. Be shaky on any of that stuff, you'll build a shaky business. 4 things. Be great, you'll build a huge business. You want to make a lot of money? You'll talk to a lot of people, introduce a lot of people to your sponsor. You want to make a little bit of money or no money? Don't do it. I mean, that's how simple it is. Basics, grind it out, day in and day out. And for most people, they get bored with the basics. So you got to be able to keep it fresh, exciting, being able to share your story in a fresh, excited way. Fresh and exciting ways to get people on the phone with your sponsor and others. That's what works here, guys, in our business. It's what's always worked. So one, that takeaway yesterday was kind of a boring game, but would you like to have a boring game and be the Broncos and be holding up the Lombardi Trophy, whatever the bonus is for winning the playoff games in the Super Bowl? Or would you rather have an exciting game and lose? Honestly, some of the best people I've ever met in business are so tough-minded, so focused on the basic things that will build their business, the basic things, the day in and day out, they do it with enthusiasm and excitement, and they build amazing businesses. Some of the most horrendous people I've ever been around in business are always trying new things. They're willy-nilly. They bounce all over the place. They can't stay focused on the business. So one, if you want to build a big business, you're brilliant at the basics. But two is a leadership lesson. I honestly thought yesterday, and I still think the best athlete on the field and the best athlete this year was Cam Newton. I haven't seen anything like that in a long time, maybe never. And I honestly think they went 15-1 in the regular season based on Cam Newton. I mean, I really do. Good defense, middle linebacker's great. They've got some playmakers here and there. I mean, if you can even name their wide receivers, it's only because Cam Newton made them famous. I mean, Ted Ginn Jr. has been on 3 or 4 different teams. I can't even name the rest of the players on that team. So really, one guy carried that team. But here's the lesson from yesterday from a leadership standpoint. John Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Did you notice in the pregame? Did you notice in the first series? Did you notice on the sideline? That wasn't the same Cam Newton that we've seen all year. Something was different. I don't know if the game was too big for him. I don't know if he was thinking too much. But clearly, he had given up that role as the leader, the key person, the one that everyone on that team keys off of. His energy created a 15-1 season. His focus, his excitement, his passion as a leader. That was missing yesterday. And quite frankly, Denver only scored 24 points. It wasn't like they got stomped. And quite frankly, Cam Newton can probably put up 25 points in a bad day and beat him by 1 point. But what happened is the leader was not the same leader. You see, everything always rises and falls on leadership. Everything. And that's the real lesson for you today. So if you're leading a business, guess who has to be the most enthusiastic in their business? Guess who has to bring the energy every day? Guess who has to be the one person that's always upbeat, always excited, always firing up the team? That would be you. So let me see, do I have any shout outs here? Because I got to get out of this wind. Anybody did I miss? Anybody out there? I don't know who you are, but I think you get rid of you like this. Oh, good. Got rid of you. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I mean, this Periscope, actually the second half of the Periscope, I'm just leaving the locker room, and they were talking about how Cam Newton was pouting after the game, just kind of, that's been his style. I mean, if you followed his career, he used to sit on the sideline when things weren't going right with a towel over his head. He's kind of reverted to the stuff that didn't work, right? And I love that guy. I would love for him to be my quarterback. So it's just a lesson in leadership. If Cam Newton had shown up yesterday, the Cam Newton that was, leading that team, I think the outcome might have been different. Because Peyton Manning sure didn't do squat other than go out on top. Who else is out here? Any other shout outs? It's so bright I can't see. That's why I got my shades on. Hey guys, have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Love you. Let's go.